LG Cinema 3D Super Tournament.
Bounce, bounce. Come on, baby. Bounce, bounce. Come on, baby. I don't care about a thing as long as I'm getting you. 'Cause I like your back, that smacking that.
Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL Super Tournament. I'm Tasteless, and you are Artosis. It's going to be so exciting. Today's game's got a lot of great players down here. Of course, this is a different format from Code A or Code S or the Team League. What we've done is we've taken a wide array of good players and just put them in one giant, free-for-all, this big slugfest. And, of course, we have the largest prize pool yet here in GSL history.
Yeah, it's a pretty big
lot of money.
prize pool for a 1 month tournament. 100 million won for first place.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. That's about like maybe $90,000.
Nest's going to need a few new wallets, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's going to need a bigger wheelbarrow to push all his cash around. So, again, we're here in Seoul, Korea. This is the mecca of esports, and, it's a real treat to be down here. I like that bird in our intro video. I believe that's Pirate Bird flying around.
It's like the mechanical version of Pirate Bird.
Yeah, it's Robot Pirate Bird.
I didn't see any dirt on his head, though.
Stepped it up. No, he's not dirty enough. So thank you guys so much for coming down here today. It's really exciting to see all these guys duke it out. The first day was already pretty cool. It's too bad. We saw Lin taken down pretty soon there. I was kind of hoping to see him get a little bit further, but today we got some great players. We got Soki Su, Trickster.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good
Your
match.
friend, ally of Artosis.
Yeah,
Used to live with the guy.
I love to watch his play.
He's good.
He always has really interesting builds.
Yeah.
He really does. He's a very smart Protoss player, so definitely looking forward to that. And also, of course, he's against Yu-Gi-Oh!, so...
Yeah. So get ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Jokes.
Yeah.
They're going to start coming.
Maybe not as badly as the last time.
Last time we didn't even... Because that was back when I was the observer. Last time we actually had your
I was actually alt-tabbed,
out. We were on Wikipedia Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff trying to come up with jokes. But yeah, I think it's the only time we've ever done that. But I think we have enough Yu-Gi-Oh! Ammunition this time around to get some more stuff out there for you guys.
I hope he does some Baneling trap cards, man, like Burrowed there.
So, thank you to our sponsors at LG, Intel, and G-Scope for making this event possible. And thank you for tuning in. Please spread the word about the GSL. Most of this has actually just gotten around by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Word of mouth. Pretty cool. But, get on the forums. Don't just get on the StarCraft forums. People always do this. They post on a StarCraft forum the GSL's going. It's like, well, everybody knows.
I mean, it's a great place to talk about it.
Yeah, but it's not enough.
Another great place to talk about it, another great place to tell your friends about it is Twitter.
Twitter. Get on Twitter. Add us. I'm Call Me Tasteless. He is simply Artosis. And add Goem TV's Twitter. Goem TV. It's just Goem TV. Yes. We used to be Goem TV Net. I'm actually a bit of a robot when I do this stuff. I have these recycle phrases I go through. You actually have to be creative and just say interesting stuff, but I get to be the robot. All right, let's go ahead and throw a graphic up here for you guys. Here are the match results.
From yesterday, we had Slayers Ryung, despite having some wrist injuries, taking out OGS Inca 2-0. Very impressive there. Violet taking out the win 2-0. Keen 2-0 over Rain. And Juke 2, huge upset here, taking out any pro.
Yeah,
2-1.
By that.
I actually haven't seen that series yet. I'm planning on watching that tonight or tomorrow. I heard that it was actually awesome. So I'm so sad I missed that one, man. I love watching any pro, and I love watching Juke 2.
Yeah.
Two very creative, inventive players.
Well, it's good to see that things are constantly changing here. We have new players moving up the ranks. Now, for today's games, we're going to have Trickster against Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh! Then the best Boyu against Zenix Jun. MVP Genius against Slayers Boxer.
That's a good match. And Min against July.
Yeah.
This is actually really sad because these are two of my absolute favorite Zerg spaces.
I know. They're both so talented.
They are.
But, we got quite a lineup here in the Super Tournament. So,
yeah.
That's
very
kind of
true.
funny. We started.
In fact, it's got all my favorite players in it.
I know.
Except for some foreigners.
It's like Batman's fighting Superman, who's fighting the X-Men. It's pretty cool. But yeah, even though we're in the round of 64, because this is the Super Tournament, we already have so many good players, so many good games right off the bat. Not like remember back in the first GSL. Remember that?
Tasteless.
Yeah,
during the first GSL, it was painful, man. I'd be like, I would be
sent all his SCVs in and all in again. Oh man, I need therapy.
Well, I think season 3 was the most SCV rushes.
I think
maybe
season 2 might have been that.
Both those were pretty.
I actually felt like I was in the movie Groundhog's Day, and they kept doing the SCV Marine Islands. StarCraft 2 has really developed quite a bit. Since even though it's a young game as far as esports years go, it's really come a long way.
It certainly has. There's so many players playing it at such a high level all day long, and that, of course, is going to spur it forward. But also the patches. These patches have really been honing in on a more balanced game, especially these last 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think everything since the Infestor patch was amazing. This is just the game's getting so ridiculously good at this point.
Well, Blizzard's doing a good job with that. They're basically taking small adjustments. There's nothing too dramatic at this point in time. Doing a little bit of tweaking here and there. The game already came out fairly balanced, but it's just continuously improving. Now on to our players. This is, of course, Trickster. We call him Soki Sue because we actually know this guy so well. It gets a little bit difficult to start referring to him by his
I lived
ID.
with him for a long time, so.
Even though for some reason, even when we're not on camera, I still call you Artosis. You still call me Tases. But the rest of the time, we actually.
Well, those are our names.
Yeah, that's actually my name, man. That's going on my tombstone, Tases.
Yeah, no, forget Dan. That's like what my mom decided to call me.
Yeah, man. With an ID,
She doesn't
you
get to choose that. Now that I'm an adult tasteless, I can do things like I can go out and I can buy strawberries and eat them for dinner, a whole package.
Yeah, man, you're a grown up. You want cake for
My
breakfast?
mom can't just
You
say,
can
no,
get cake for breakfast."
just a few, save them. Your brothers need some. It's a morning food. No. I can eat a whole thing of strawberries for dinner, and I can call myself Artosis in real life.
That's right, man.
Those are things I can do as an
Being
adult
a
tasteless.
grown up kicks ass.
It
You can be a
does.
pro gamer like Trickster here. Trickster Soki Sue was a StarCraft 1 top Protoss player.
He actually was. A lot of people
very scary.
give him some trash talk here and there, but he was a longtime fixture. Beat a lot of top notable players in important matches.
Yeah,
made OSLs and stuff.
Somebody that people really wanted to train with a lot as well.
Yeah.
Now over here we have Slayers, Yu-Gi-Oh! Very good Zerg player.
He actually is. He's actually a really good Slayer. There's no question. And the fact that he's in Slayers means he's even better than we think, because Slayers Boxer was like, oh, I want this guy in my team. And when Slayers Boxer does that, that means that they are very, very good tasteless.
Yeah, he's got
Either that
very
or
good. He's got a
Slayers
good eye.
Boxer is just like partial to the cartoon.
Yeah, maybe he's a fan
Joey
of Yu-Gi-Oh.
fan. Yeah,
Yeah, could be. I never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh.
I didn't either.
I don't.
I saw the cartoon.
That was like
here
just.
and there.
I did play Magic the Gathering.
Of course.
Artosis actually went to tournaments for Magic the Gathering.
I was about to go pro.
He had a special nerd utility belt on with different decks and stuff. Bust out the green deck. Now I have a tree mage.
That's
right.
that's it.
That's right, man. I remember getting in an argument with my brother over Magic the Gathering because I had like Wall of Woods. Like he had like some like 4/4 creature, and I'm like, well, I cast my Wall of Woods around your creature. He's like, you can't cast it around my creature. I'm like, yeah, I can.
Well,
It's my Wall of Woods,
you were
man.
wrong, man. Day 9 got you there. You can't do that.
But you can
It's
in
the
my
most
Magic the
ridiculous
Gathering.
made-up
I was
thing
actually
ever.
actually making my Wall of Woods like trap him and one of my creatures.
Tasteless plays
inside
with
there.
imagination in a strategy
I was,
game.
man. I was the best guy to play with action figures when I was a kid. All right, our map lineup
That's
is
like,
Xel'Naga
you know what
Cavern.
that's like? I'm sorry, I have to stop this. You know what that's like? That's like building a bunker at the top of your ramp, and then the Zelts run around. You're like, no, you have to attack the bunker. You can't run around. That's what that's like.
All right, it's countdown time. It's going to be on Xel'Naga Caverns, Crossfire, and Dual Sight. They're all very different maps, so it's going to require different play styles here. From these two guys, one of them is going to move on. The other one will be knocked out at the start of the Super Tournament here, head-to-head here at the GSL.
ESL Trickster versus Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh!
All right, it's on. Over here in the upper right, we have... Green commentators just started talking. Gotta fill time somehow before this name comes up. All right.
TSA Trickster.
You did a good job.
I heard the
Tasteless.
silence in the room. I thought I'm going to cut myself off. There he is. Very talented player, very clutch. Jerry Dennis, I'm on Jelly. No, I'm on GSL. Okay.
You jelly.
He's like on Jelly. I'm like, ooh, it's going to stain your clothes. Over here in the bottom left, we have...
Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh!
You a jelly fan?
I'll eat it. I'll be a team player. If there's jelly that comes with a bagel, I'll put it on. But generally, I don't do jelly.
I don't like jelly.
Yeah, I'm not much of a... I mean, I will do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I don't really eat those very much.
Yeah, well, that's like one good way to ruin peanut butter tastes.
You don't like peanut butter and jelly?
Of course not.
You like look at me with contempt. All right,
not.
Chrono boosting out at the Nexus now. He is going to go for, most likely, we do see variations of this, with a 3 Warp Gate expand. You basically push out with sentries, try to secure a Nexus. Chrono boosting the Warp Gate. And it's a good build.
Yeah, it
one of
is,
the builds
but-
I like to do.
You know, it's a build that we've seen recently. The Roach, Zergling, high economy aggression, and the slightly lower economy kind of all-inish attack.
Right.
2 things that we've seen Nesty, Lucira, and Hydra, the 3 best Zergs in the world, basically do a lot recently with a ton of success. It's
Yeah.
a pretty good counter to that build, so I'm going to be interested to see if Trickster actually goes for the 3 Warp Gate expand, or maybe he has a little flair to put on it. You can do things like 2 Warp Gate DT expand or 2 Warp Gate Void Ray expand, and
Yeah.
both those are very safe and can absolutely just slaughter that opening. But they set you up a lot differently for the mid game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here we see Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh! Trying to get Zergling speed out here as fast as possible. The Probe trying to buy time so the drone can't get the hatchery up, and he does it. He has a gold mineral, does he?
Yeah,
Look at that. That's smart.
it's pretty.
I'm not even joking, actually. I mean, if you're going to scout, you might as well just mine the gold mineral.
Yeah. If he ever
go
goes
around.
home, you get 7 mineral stasis.
He's going to get back home, and Trickster's going to be like, give me the gold mineral. He's like, but no, I want to keep it. It's a souvenir.
It's like the Golem Probe.
Golem Probe.
In a probe voice, it's like, my precious.
Precious. Okay, can't do it. All right, Stalker's out
You
now.
ruined everything, Tasteless.
I dropped the ball.
So Stalker first.
Oh,
Or
Stargate.
Trickster. Yeah. All right. So there's a lot of ways you can do this. I personally subscribe to the 2 Warp Gate Void Ray expansion. It's a very strong build.
Yeah.
And
Any pro likes that.
yeah, he does
It's an
stuff like
any
that as well. Some people like to go 3 or 4 Warp Gate with a single Void Ray and just kind of all in. I'm not all about the all in Staceless now. Not such a big fan of those.
All right, Sentry on the way out now. And he will probably, as you said, get another gateway. That's usually the right thing to do.
Now, he's already shown a Stalker. That's going to make Yu-Gi-Oh! Think, this is probably tech, could be a 4 Warp Gate. Not exactly sure. It's something you do to save some gas. Oh, going up to 3 Gate. So definitely could be a
Oh,
push.
this
but
actually could even be an all-in. It depends.
It could be. But also, it could just be an expansion as well. You can go 3 Warp Gate Void Ray expand as well. It's just a matter of preference.
It'll depend on if it keeps producing out of the Stargate.
Yes.
Or not. I mean, sometimes we see guys get 1 Void Ray. It's, a nice tool to have. But in other cases, you see them continuously crank it out, or even get a Phoenix after the Void Ray. You can use that to pick up queens and take out hatcheries and expansions.
Yeah.
But in this case, he's just going to get one Void Ray.
And it's a good choice. Going to get rid of that Overlord right away. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Does have a Roach Warren making, and he just cancels it as he sees the Void Ray. I love that move. Cancels it, gets more gas, and starts a lair. That is what we call playing reactionary. He realizes, hey, you know what? He was obviously setting up, well, most likely setting up for the Roach Zergling aggression, saw the Void Ray and said, oh, this is a build that counters it. I'm not going to do it anymore. Very smart play by Yu-Gi-Oh! And just like all the Slayers players, showing that he has a very big and sexy brain.
Yeah.
Just
he
like
absolutely
Tasteless.
does.
You should be Slayers Tasteless.
Yeah, I got a big sex brain. My brain actually has a 6-pack on it.
A 6-pack and a thong. That's how
That's
sexy
right.
it is.
Yeah. One of those thongs pulled up real high so you can see it even when I wear my jeans. Here comes
I love
Void
that.
Ray.
That's so funny.
Moving out now.
It's like goes all the way up to your frontal lobe.
That's right. Now, with the Void Ray,